Today, we are painting a Primarch. This Lion El Johnson Warhammer Mini is a commissioned work. The client wanted the painting and the Mini both for play and display. Needless to say, the painting is a balance between quality and efficiency. This video will show the painting of Lion's head, minty teal armor, vibrant green cloak, the shield, and the swamp areas of the basing. Join me in the next few minutes as we paint this beautiful Warhammer Mini with the Army Painter paints. Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. Also, special thanks to the Army Painter for making this video possible. By the way, don't forget my discount codes and affiliate links down below. It won't cost you extra, but it will help the channel. Lastly, do check out spraygunner.com. They've got everything you need for painting. We start the painting with the painting of Lion's head. I used carnelian skin to paint over the black primer. After a couple of thin coats of carnelian skin, we used topaz skin from the same warm skin tones triad. Topaz skin transitions well over carnelian skin. Once happy with topaz skin, we now paint our base color. We paint barbarian flesh from the rose skin triad. Barbarian flesh is a tad brighter than expected. So, at this point of the painting, we simply layer up towards the highlights. To keep the layering simple, we stick to bright colors from the rose skin triad. Also, notice that I painted more highlights on the left side of the face to add more dimension to our painting. Now, we paint the underpainting or initial base colors of Lion with an airbrush. We start with Blanchberry for the cloaks of the bearers. I love this color as underpainting for warm colors. I am using my Gallery Aventus airbrush as usual. I then used Night Sky from the desaturated blue-grays triad. This color was painted on the gray concrete areas of the base. To add some color contrast to the bluish grays, we now paint Ruddy Terra over the soil areas of the base. Ruddy Terra is a saturated brownish red from the John Blanche Masterclass paint set. Once happy with the initial base colors of the base, we now switch to painting the inner side of the cloak of Lion. We start by painting boot brown. Any dark brown color is fine. We just need the hard-to-reach areas of the inner cloak to be darkish brown. Once happy with the boot brown painting, we use desert yellow to paint the inner side of the cloak. Leave a few areas in boot brown in the deepest areas of the cloak to add more volume to your painting. Now, we paint the underpainting or initial base color of both the armor and the cloak. I used Angel Green, the darkest color in the deep greens triad. Angel Green was painted over the outer side of the cloak and the armor. I made sure I left dark blackish areas on the undersides of the armor to add more volume to our painting. If you're liking this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. After the Angel Green underpainting, we proceed to painting green skin on some highlight areas of the cloak. I applied the green skin in a couple of thin passes using my Aventus airbrush. Similar to Angel Green, I eventually decided to use green skin over the armor areas. I am using the 0.2 needle of my Aventus at 21 psi for the painting of the armor. Now we use Glade Shard from the new John Blanche Masterclass paint set. This color is insanely vibrant. Glade Shard almost feels like a floral paint. After a couple of passes of very light dry brushing of Glade Shard, I am happy with the texture and the finish of the cloak. Now it's just a matter of painting the fur part and the gold trims of the cloak. I started the painting of the fur with Ruthpath. This new color from the John Blanche set is a very nice base color for any tan-colored material. I then layered up some ochres and tans to finish the painting of the fur. I had the most fun part of painting this lion with the minty armor. The painting is just basic layering and a few passes of quick glazes with colors from the teal's triad. I started the painting of the armor with Ferrogard over the green skin base. Ferrogard is from the teal's triad. Then we layer up with Talisman Teal. A couple of thin layers should give us more volume to our painting. Once happy with the Talisman Teal painting, we now paint some highlights with Amulet Aqua. Amulet Aqua is the brightest color in the teal's triad. I found that the Amulet Aqua is not bright enough for the finish that I was going for. So, I used Sky Shard as my final highlight for the Minty Teal Armour. After a few quick passes of glazes of Aqua Alchemy and Sky Shard to smooth down my layering, I am pretty happy with how the armor turned out. I also applied some quick glazes of Glade Shard on the cloak to smooth down the dry brushing earlier. Now, we're almost finished. We just need to paint a few more details, refine the base painting, and paint the metallic trims. I dry brushed Bramble Grove over the gray concrete areas of the base before applying multiple layers of washes. I must say, I love the new colors from the new John Blanche Masterclass paint sets. The saturation is very good without sacrificing coverage. After painting the teal armor and the base, I wanted a bright accent color for Lion, so I painted the shield and other details with bright red. The painting is just basic layering from dark red to bright red. To finish off the painting of Lion, I painted the gold trims. My video on the painting of Constantin Valdor explains and shows in detail how I paint gold TMM. I will put the link of the video of Constantin Valdor in the description below.
Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon.
I always enjoy painting the skin and the armor of miniatures. Surprisingly, I also enjoyed painting 4 heads. I magnetized the heads, and swapping them should be fun for my client. I love the 2 heads with skin painting the most, as expected. But the cloak head with Lion's face was tricky to paint. The skin was so deep under the cloak. This Lion El Johnson miniature has so many overlapping details, and the composition is pretty dynamic. I think even a more basic painting of this mini, as long as you keep the separation of the different elements clean, will give you a fairly good result. The main trick to painting a very complex mini like this is to paint it in sub-assemblies. By painting in sub-assemblies, you will have more control, and you will ensure a cleaner painting of all the elements. I also highly recommend you use an airbrush for the painting of a mini with so many elements. The airbrush will help you paint underpainting, base colors, and quick shades on areas that are not too crucial, like the inner side of the cloak. Notice how I painted more highlights on the left side of the mini. Shifting more highlights over one side will give your painting more dimension with very little effort. You may also use the airbrush to paint more shadows on areas that demand more shadows. This is a subtle effect that is very quick and easy to apply. This technique will add further dimension and contrast to your painting. Lastly, use thinned down speed paints as washes for quicker results.
That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Until next video, guys. Bye!